Hey gifted crafters, welcome back for another Saturday CrafterNoon. Thank you all for tuning in today. I'm really excited. Got some little special guests with me today in my craft room. And if you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Nancy with GiftsHQ, and I host these weekly live sessions to talk about all things crafting. We touch upon things like sewing, knitting, crocheting, quilting, and so much more. So if that's something that you're into, you're definitely in the right place because we like to share all kinds of tips, tricks, and ideas. So feel free to jump into the chat and say hello to a couple of friends out there and just share amongst you guys a bunch of ideas and things that'll help each other out. I'm sure there's a few people out there that maybe have an Etsy shop or have an upcoming craft show that they may be getting ready for. Or maybe you're just looking for a quick little gift. This is just the perfect place for that. And I hope you guys really enjoy all the content that we put out there. So on the top of the hour, we do start off with the trivia questions, if you noticed. And we do keep track of the points so that we can pull out whoever is the top trivia master at the end of each quarter, and then at the end of the year, we have our trivia champion. So I hope you guys really enjoy this. Let's say hello to a few friends out there, but just first, before we do that, I'm going to introduce you to just two of my little Budgies here. Right now, these are the youngest that we have, and so we're just calling them the twins right now. They don't have a name, so if you have any name suggestions, go ahead and put that in the chat. These are our two youngest that we have. We have a total of 7 now. And I've kind of been introducing them as we go along, and you guys have helped name some of them. So they're really neat. These are the 2 youngest ones, and they're taking their little nappies, and I thought it'd be really cute if they could join me today. So as you can see, they are nice and comfortable in their little perch, taking their little nappies. And I don't know if they're going to want to turn around a little bit, but they are just napping away. And so if you see them fly off, you know, this is live. So if they fly, it's okay. They're perfectly safe. So let's say hello to some friends that I see out there. I see Alice C. Worley. I see Amy Bullis, Annette. I see Crafting with Robin. I see Jackie Hallman, Jenny Owens, Judy Bauer, Marion, 1 Minute Tips, Quilty Brownie, Robin's Quilt Basket, Sassy, Tammy Jones, and I see Valerie. Thank you guys all for joining in. I really hope you enjoyed today's session. So like I said, we've got our 2 little veggies here. And so I've got a little rope basket that we've made in one of our earlier sessions. And so I made a little mini one to hold just a little bit of their food. And they seem to really enjoy it and love eating out of them. So nice, quick, soft little thing for them. And I think it's just a lot of fun. Okay, so let's just get to our crafting because we have got a lot of things to cover today. So if you tuned in last week, we talked about a couple of things. We were building up our skill sets, and we were basically just trying to figure out little tips on how to get those perfect seams. So if you haven't seen that one, you can see that. That was live number 73, and we have some perfect seams that we were doing. You can see how all the points get put together really nicely. And so we shared a little tip for that, and I hope you guys really love that and were able to use it on your projects. So this week, I thought it would be fun because I did mention a couple of things that were coming up. This is the Sewing and Quilting Expo. And let me just grab this here. If you go to their website and you put your information in, they will send you this little pamphlet that is pretty neat because it has all the information and classes and everything that is coming up. So I live in sunny South Florida. So they are going to be there in Lakeland, Florida on March 14th, 15th, and 16th. So if you're in the area and interested, that's a great place to check them out. There's a bunch of classes that you can sign up for, and they're sure they're just going to have all kinds of vendors and things out there. So it should be pretty neat, and I'm pretty excited about it. So now I did forget to mention our holidays. So if you noticed on our little intro, we have a few holidays that are coming up, and I just want to mention those because I do love my holidays. So today is National Cheese Lovers Day. It is also National Coffee Break Day, and it's National Judy Day. And I know we have a Judy out there. So it's just a National Judy Day for you, Judy. And that is a real holiday. So I thought that was really funny when I saw that, and I was hoping you joined so you could see that. Okay, so again, last week, if you haven't checked it out, this is a great way for you to kind of just get all of your points ready for your quilting projects. But this week, I thought it would be a little bit different. So what I wanted to show you guys was something that I just kind of threw together last minute, and I thought, this would be something you guys may be interested in as well. And what it is, it's something with little handles here on the side, and it's just a nice little portable ironing and cutting board, as well as a little design board on the side. So for those of you who are quilting or doing some kind of sewing projects that are on the go, or maybe you're visiting family and you kind of want to take some of your sewing stuff with you, this is a nice little portable thing that I pulled together, and I put little handles on it so it's easy to carry. You do have the ironing board here, so you can grab your little mini iron with you to take with you on your trips, or maybe if you're going to a retreat. And then when you open it up, you have your little cutting board here, so you can maybe cut little squares or things like that and do little projects. And then little design board here on the side so that you can kind of see how you would like to put together your block. And of course, I made a little pocket here on the side as well, so you can just store little things here as well. And then you can just close it up. So I thought this would be a cute little project. I know that people had asked about my little mini ironing board that I use. And here is what it is. It really is just a piece of wood here on the back. It's like a little wood frame that I put together. So I want to just kind of go with this and just kind of show you how you can kind of do your own here. Now this one I just kind of threw together last night. It's just something I wanted to do for a while, and I haven't had the chance to do it. So I thought maybe I can show you, give you some ideas on how you can do your own. So a couple of things that you're going to need for this. Let's just go over some of the items. Are you guys okay? Looks like they're just taking their little nappy. So, let me know when you want to wake up. I think one is stretching right now. Beautiful wings. So I think right now, let's just go through the supplies. So the first thing that you're going to need is some type of either a plywood, or you could use something that I got. This I got, years ago. It's just a really hard frame, like a picture frame type thing that you can get, and it's just really hard, and I want a really solid hard surface. So a piece of plywood can be used to make this. Some of the other tips that you can use if you have a local Dollar Tree store, if you want to make a real mini one, this is a great one. This is just some bamboo. It's a cutting board. So you can find all kinds of cutting boards, Walmart, Target, even at the dollar store. So this is a small one, and I'm going to try to use this today to show you one that we can make. So you'll need that type of cutting surface. Hard surface. And then we also have, and if I can reach and get this one out, this is another one that you can kind of get at the Dollar Tree. It's not exactly plywood, but it's pretty hard enough to be able to do something like this. Now, I made mine in the form of like a book, and I basically have this little gap, this piece of extra fabric that I wanted to have hanging out because I wanted to be able to go ahead and iron. But then if I wanted to cut, I wanted to be able to flip the book upside down and just kind of flip it over. That way I could just have it on my lap and go ahead and do some cutting here as well. So it's kind of nice to be able to do that. So that's why I left this extra gap here of fabric to be able to move things around and just basically have that ability to flip it if I wanted to, or just flip it back. So I thought that was nice and handy. I like to make my items like really functional so that I can do a lot of things with them. So let's see. Not sure if I'm going to have to move you guys just a tad. Move you just a little if you don't mind. I think that they are just my little cuties. And they wanted to take their naps today. They were up late last night partying. So again, I'm taking my little pieces of wood, plywood. You can get plywood. You can get any little hard surface. I like my ironing boards to be nice and have a nice hard surface so that my creases come out really nice. So some other things that you're going to need is, of course, you're going to need some batting. I used cotton batting. Now I like to use 2 pieces of cotton batting along with the Info Bright. The Info Bright is something that you can pick up at Joann's, and this basically has a shiny side as well as a dull side. You want the shiny side to be on top because the shiny side is what will reflect the heat. That will prevent the actual board and everything else from getting so hot. So I really like using this. It's really a nice way to kind of just make these little projects, and I can cut them down to any size that I want. Other things that you can do is you can just get an ironing board cover, you know, from your local Walmart, and you can just cut it up that way too. So that's another thing that you can do. And I see people chatting away. I love your babies. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, 1 minute if I had birds, they'd be flying all over my and in my hair at this point. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, Judy. She had a blue and gold Nikki 2 days that she lost 2 days before Christmas. Oh, sorry to hear that, Judy. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, so these 2 little budgies, I mean, they have a really nice temperament compared to some of the other ones that we have. The other ones are a little more aggressive. They don't like to be touched so much, and so they're not really I don't want to say people friendly, but they're very independent, put it that way. These 2 are a lot more quieter, I think, just because they're still babies, and you know, they know how to fly. They do fly, but they're kind of clumsy. They kind of fall. They fly off and then just kind of drop. They're not strong enough to really take in their flight. So they're still small enough where I can kind of pet them, hold them, and take them around with me, and they seem to like not mind at all. So so it's great. So again, I do use 2 pieces of the cotton batting, and then I use the Insole Bright, and of course you're going to need some fabric of your choice, and you're going to want to cut up the fabric to be larger than the size of the actual piece of wood that you got, because you want to be able to cover it and fold over on that. Other things that you can do besides what I did. So I use the inside with a cutting board. So if you go to the Dollar Tree, they do have these small self-adhesive cutting boards here, or you can get any size cutting board that you want, you know, as long as you're able to kind of adjust the size of the wood and the board all together. You want the cutting board to be smaller than the size of the wood. And then I decided to use this other side as just kind of like a little design board, but you can literally use anything. Other ideas that you could do is you could put a little chalkboard on here that you can also get from the Dollar Tree. So these are nice for you to be able to write little notes on here. Other things that you can do is another thing you can get is a cork sheet. And maybe you can attach little memos and things on here if that's what you want to do. You can also pick this up at the Dollar Tree. So it's really nice how you can kind of customize your little to-go cutting and ironing station. Or if you just want to make an ironing station alone, you can even just grab a tray table from Walmart. Take the tray table, and that way you're able to put it away whenever you don't need it. And when you need an ironing board, you can just pop it right back open and it'll be all set and ready to go. So I've seen a lot of people do that as well. But I wanted something that was just more portable that I can kind of take with me, which is why I went ahead and did this one. So let's just turn over here, and I've got a couple more things that I need to show you. So another thing that you are going to need is a staple gun, and you're going to also want a hot glue gun. So if you have those supplies ready to go, then you have everything that you need to make the project. And so I think we can try to make one. It's going to be a little awkward with me to have the birdies here. I'm going to try not to disturb them too much. So what I'm going to do is just try to make a really small little ironing board, just using this bamboo. It's called a bamboo cutting board. You get these from the Dollar Tree, and these are just like, you can make so many things with this. I mean, people were going crazy at one point with these, and they were making all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to try to do just that. Now I'm going to grab something here just to open it up, get this plastic off. And let's get that going. Alrighty. So I'm going to move these over to the side. And we're going to take, I've got some here. Now these are really oversized because I was using them for something else, but this is perfect because I can just double up on here. So I'm going to use this piece of batting. It is cotton batting, which is perfect for this. I'm going to go ahead and just put it here on top. You're going to want to make sure that you're going to be able to wrap around it. So I'm going to cut just a piece off, not too much. And it doesn't even have to be perfect, so don't worry about it getting to be that perfect size or anything like that. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn on my little glue gun, and I've got to be really careful with this with my birdies there, but we'll keep this far away from them. Right? Yeah. You want to move over a little bit? Sure. Are you watching me? What do you think? Now, we haven't named them, and we're not sure what to name them. So right now, we're just calling them the twins because all of our birds have names except for them. They're the youngest ones. We have Sunshine, of course. We have Blue. Then they made Olive. And we also have Sweet Pea. You know, we have our twins. And who am I missing here? Sunshine, Blue, Olive, Sweet Pea, and the twins. So yeah, we've got a lot of birds now. But since these are our two youngest ones, they really look a lot alike, and it's kind of hard to tell them apart. So for right now, they're just the twins, and we're gonna try to figure out, see if their personality comes out a little bit more, so that then we can kind of name them something. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and take my batting. I doubled it up, so I have 2 pieces of batting, and I put my little piece of wood on top. And I'm just waiting on my glue gun. See, I believe it's almost ready. It's not quite there yet, but that one is heating up. And as soon as that heats up, I'm going to go ahead and start to fold this together and cover this up. Now, I'm not too worried about this side. You can kind of decide what you want to put on the other side. It's really up to you. There's all kinds of things that you can do, and I might just throw something in there if I have something here on my stash. But the other thing that you're going to need is a piece of that Insul Bright. So you're going to want to have that as well on hand. And you're also going to want to grab a piece of fabric. So while that glue gun is heating up, let's see if I can cut out a little piece here, because I've got more than what I need here. And again, I haven't even taken off the edges here. You can see it's still there, and it really doesn't matter, because I think I'm just going to use this whole piece and just cut this in half. Like I said, it really doesn't have to be anything. You don't have to measure it. You don't have to worry about it being exact. It's something that's quick. It's very forgiving. You can make it however you want and not have to worry about it. All right, let's see if I can get this glued down now. There we go. Okay, let me go ahead. And I like to get the corners in first, and then I just kind of fold it like a little present. And it doesn't have to be perfect. No one is going to see this either. Okay, and just go corner to corner. Putting that in. And then I'm just going to get the sides in as well. And if you have that staple gun, you can go ahead and staple it down as well. Now, one thing I'll warn you about the staple gun, you have to make sure that whatever piece of wood that you're using is thick enough. Other than just a small little piece, you may have to double up depending how thin it is. But you want to get something that's thick so it will stay in place, and when you staple, the staple won't come out on the other side. So make sure of that as well. Okay, so I've got that nice and secure. Nice thick little batting there, and I'm going to just take my Insul Bright with the shiny side up, turn that over as well, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on as well. What do you think, guys? What do you think? You think it's gonna come out okay? Yeah? I'm gonna go ahead and do the sides first this time, just to change it up. I'm doing it nice and tight. And again, no one is going to see this, so you don't have to worry about it being perfect. And you can just put that all together here. Just throwing some glue in here. Just having it stay. I'm going to hit it with the staple gun in a minute. So I am not too worried about it right now. I just want it to kind of put it somewhat in place. Do it this way, actually. There we go. Now, it doesn't look too pretty right now, and it really doesn't matter because it's just really to hold it in place. Okay. All we want to do is cover it. Make sure it's nice and hard. And now you'll be wrapping it with your fabric. Okay. Now this is more than enough fabric. Probably don't even need this much, but I'll go ahead and leave it like this anyway. So I'm just going to make it nice and tight. And then I'm going to grab my little staple gun and staple it all together here. Hope this doesn't scare them. Let's see. Kind of woke him up. There we go. Hold it nice and in place. And grab the other side. Pull that. And we'll staple that as well. And then I'll do the other side. Now you can decide how you want to fold it. You can fold them in. It depends how you want your corners to be. I kind of like to tuck them in here and then bring the fold in. I find that that kind of works better. Let's kind of make it like a little gift. There we go. And then I will work the other side the same way. Just tuck in that corner. Grab the other corner. And then make a nice fold. And I'm going to tuck this in a little bit. There we go. I'm going to do a few extra staples around just to hold it in place. Okay. And now I have a really nice flat surface that can serve as my ironing board. Now this other side, I ended up covering the whole thing because I have a larger piece of fabric, but you don't need to do that. You can, again, use other things like this cork board. Maybe you can use that for the other side. That even might help with it slipping and sliding. You know, or you can just put together other things like the chalkboard that you could maybe use for this side. in case you're thinking of just designing some stuff and just writing some things down. So that makes a nice quick one as well. But now this one here is just quick and it's portable, easy for me to use for any little retreat or any, traveling thing that I wanted to do. Now, if you're interested in making something like this, like I did, it's very simple as well. It's the same concept in putting together the ironing board here. You're still going to use your 2 pieces of batting as well as the Infrabright, and you're going to use your piece of fabric to cover it all the way up. Then what I did is on this side, I went ahead and I put the cutting board. I did put 2 pieces of cardstock paper behind it to kind of reinforce it, and then I just glued it all down. I also added some little handles here that are also stapled here on the sides as well. And then you just take another piece of fabric and just put it here on the side. Now on this piece of fabric here, I went ahead and I stapled it on the sides here so that it would hold in place. And I gave it extra material here in the middle, as you can see here. It's got about a good, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 inches. So it's about 5 inches in width. And then you're going to want this to be the size of whatever plywood or whatever board you have here. So you're going to want to square it here so it's nice and squared, and then just give it about 5 inches here so you have a lot of wiggle room so that you can easily fold it over. And then, this is something that you can have nice on your lap, and you can do some cutting. You don't have to necessarily be in your craft room. Maybe you want to go to the living room and just have this on your lap, and you can do some cuts as well. So it makes it a lot easier for me to be able to move around the house, or just take this with me on the go. And then I can just flip it over and use this side here for the iron. And I have my little mini iron that I use for these little types of projects, which is perfect for about this size. So I really like the way this works. So what I'm doing here is, after I've gotten this side completed and you've got your ironing board complete, go ahead and add the handles and then decide what you want to use the inside for, whether it be cutting, or you can do just a design board on the inside. I mean, there's just so many things you can do, right? And then you're going to have the other side. And the other side is also a piece of plywood as well. And I do have 1 piece of batting on here, so it's not as thick as the other side. You can see this one is considerably thicker than the other side because this is where the ironing board is. So it has that Insulbright that is holding all of the heat and reflecting it away from the actual inside of the cover here. So I didn't want to do, I guess you could do ironing boards on both sides and then you'll be able to flip them back and forth. But I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to make this too heavy. I wanted, to be able to have the handles on here and take them around and for it to be relatively light. So I kept it pretty light and just did the ironing board on the one side. Did you say something? Did you say something? Oh, you didn't? Okay. So, I thought you said something to say, but I guess not. Okay. So, anyway, what I did now is, after I've gotten the ironing board side, I went ahead and put the sleeve in here of about 5 inches. And then for this side, again, I have that hard plywood here, 1 piece of batting, a piece of the fabric just to cover it around, and then I decided to just kind of use this piece here. And I picked this up I believe it was in Hobby Lobby. They have these sheets, and they kind of use these, I guess, for like jewelry, to show jewelry on here, or to use as like liners inside the drawers. And what I like is on the other side of it, it does have a nice little adhesive, so you can pull it and it gets very sticky on this side. So what I was able to do is then take this and just kind of cut it to the size that I needed, and then I was able to stick it on. So it is nice and flush on here, and so I thought that would be really nice to be able to kind of use this as a kind of like a design board. The other thing that you could use if you don't have that is you could just take a piece of felt, and you can get felt from the Dollar Tree, and the felt would work wonders for you to be able to do your design boards, because a lot of people use felt as their design board, and so it will hold the pieces of triangles or half square triangles, or you know, whatever fabric you're putting on here. It will stay on the fabric and it really won't fall off, which is really nice, because then you're able to kind of cut, iron, and then just kind of, you know, decide how you want your block to look like all in one place without having to get up and go anywhere. You know, everything's all in the one spot, which is absolutely perfect. So I think this will really help and work for anyone who's looking to do some type of portable project so that they can move around and not be just in their craft room all the time, and just be able to take things on the go. Or if they have a retreat that they're going to, you know, you may want to take something like this with you so that you can work on the projects while you're in the class. So I thought, you know, this was just a nice little quick project that you can make again, or you could just use just a, if you want just a little ironing board, you can do this as well. And it just really is nice to be able to just be portable and have that going. So that was my little tip and project of the week. And my little birdies here seem to be a little quiet. So we're going to try. Let me see if I can bring them around and say hello. Can you say hello? Do you want to say hello to everyone? Let's see if I can get them. Come up, come on. Come on. There you go. Say hi. You gonna say hi? So this is a little birdie. This is one of the twins. And let me see. You want to come up too? Do you want to come too? Yeah? Maybe? Hi. And this is the other one. So these are the two together. And I find that these two, I guess because they're the two youngest, they seem to be together a lot. So the temperament is really, really nice. They're very shy, kind of, but they're very quiet, and you know, they're still little babies, so they're just learning their way around. I'm sure the rest of the flock will show them the ropes. The other ones are out in the living room, and they're flying around and just doing, you know, causing all kinds of chaos. But these are my two little new ones, so I thought it'd be nice to just introduce you guys to them so you guys can see them. And they're just in my craft room every once in a blue moon. And they behave. And I think they're behaving. But they're sleeping. Yeah, they definitely need names. Definitely. Yeah, Donna, I guess they are. They are a little shy. I guess, you know, they're just still too babyish. They're about, let's say about maybe 45 days old now. Kind of lost track. I'll have to look at the calendar again. But yeah, they're a little quiet, and, you know, they like to just do their thing. But they're a little clumsy because they haven't really found their way around just yet. But, you know, they'll get there. They'll find their way around. So, one is stretching her wings. Let's see if you want to get around here. You want me to put you down? Maybe. Don't know if she's going to want that. Let's see. You want to go? No, you just want to stay on my finger. Okay. She just wants to stay on my finger now. So that's pretty much all I had. I know it's a little short one this week, but been a little distracted with these guys and work. It's kind of gotten a little out of control in terms of work. So we've had a pretty busy week just trying to keep up with everything. And so I thought just doing this quick little live would be nice. So guys, what do you think? You want to say hello? Or are you just going to stretch your wings? I think she's just stretching her wings now. Yeah, maybe standing on one foot. Sure. Let's see. So any questions out there, guys? Let me know. Let's see. Oh, Donna says that Joann's has specials on large rolls of stabilizers for machine embroidery. I'm not sure if they have any specials this week. I haven't really checked. But yeah, those are great when they come out. Those specials are awesome. Robin says, neat project. Oh, 1 Minute Tips is asking, are they male or female? How do you know? So these are two girls, and you can tell by right by their beak. You can see the like a blue. Obviously, it's a boy, but these two are girls, and they're very just quiet and mellow, right? Is that what you are? You're just quiet and mellow. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess if my sister comes with her dog now, it's going to be a little issue. But we'll have to figure something out, right? Yeah, we'll figure it out. Sure. Oh, Valerie says they're so cute. I miss mine. Jenny says, I love this tutorial. Oh, thanks, Jenny. I'm glad you liked it. I mean, it was quick and short. I just was really having a hard time this week because I had a lot going on at work. And, you know, these guys demand their little attention too. So I didn't have too much time in my craft room. But I was able to kind of pull this up last night. And I figured, you know, something that I will probably use because I'm really looking forward to that Sewing and Quilting Expo. So I'm hoping that this would be a great thing to take with me so that I can kind of do some sewing and quilting while I'm there. Donna says, goodness, more girls. You better be careful or you'll have more babies. I know. I'm hoping that this is it. We're going to try to really not encourage them to do anything. So we'll change things around in the living room. Then, you know, I think when they say, you know, if you move things around, then it kind of like distracts them. And so we'll just have to keep moving things around, I guess. Let's see. 1 Minute Tips. I swear she gave them the shot of something. They don't move. No, they do. They do move. They move around a lot. They're just quiet. They're quiet and they hear the rest of their flock out in the living room having a grand old time, and I think they were just exhausted. Right? You were just exhausted. Yes, you were. Kissy, kissy. Kissy, kissy. You're not sure what that is yet. No, you don't. So, let's see if you want to walk around. Maybe. You'll think about it. You like that spot? Or maybe not. Okay, guys. Let's see if I can get you back. There you go. Alrighty. So I think that is all I had for you today. And I hope that you guys really enjoyed this really short little tutorial. But I hope you guys are having a great week. And I hope to be crafting with you soon. Bye, everyone.